If you could just briefly summarise your thoughts of last season, the highs, the lows, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real mixed bag, wasn't it? We started off so beautifully well against Sussex down there at the Hove ground, beautiful ground, and we played outstanding cricket. Tommy Taylor was the difference between the two sides. His 10 in the game was high class and got everybody talking, including Jason Gillespie, one of the best young spells of fast bowling he's seen for a long time. So, delighted about that. The way Cozzy played after a tough year previously, he stood up and played beautifully. And we were everything we wanted to be in that over those 4 days. So, we took momentum going forward. Middlesex game was a classic game that if we beat them at their place at Lords, that would have been a great win. Take points, real confidence booster to the big sides in the league at that particular time, and on paper to the big sides. Then we were flying, but without Noah Mohammed Abbas at the start of the year was tough. In the best conditions for him to bowl at. Seamer's going to get a lot of wickets early season, and that was cruel. Tommy's injury was cruel to us at that particular time after a great 90 against Worcester. Real frustration really, because everybody's felt good and been reasonable all year in their games and their mental side of the game. So we probably haven't won the games we would have liked to have won. We've competed in most of the games. There's probably only a couple of games that we were absolutely thrashed and outplayed, and without overseas pros at key times, that's crucial. But it gave other guys opportunity. We've blooded a lot of youngsters this year, which has been really positive. Our academy has come through well and played well in the second team. The second team finished runners up in the 4-day format, 3-day format in the second team, so that's great, and that bodes well for the future. So that's been a real positive in the club. Obviously missing Mohammed Abbas at the end of the season again as well was very frustrating, but we've given young lads opportunity, and that's what it's about here, and that's what we've always done well. There's been a lot of guys working on technical areas, especially the bowlers with Mace, and did a lot of technical work over the last year and topped that up throughout this season, and that puts them in a good place moving forward. So yes, we have to be patient. Yes, we wanted to do well. We wanted to have progression, which was sort of 4th, 5th this year. That didn't happen, but it was still tight. Until the last 4 games. We were only a couple of wins away from the top. So, from the top place to go. So the top 3 places. So we're going to have a good full season's review on the 5th, the afternoon of the 5th of November. The guys are back in next week on the 4th for fitness tests, so they're going to be end of season fitness tests from the 4th and probably the morning of the 5th with Greg, our head of strength and conditioning. So Tommy Taylor's injuries obviously getting better and better as well, which is good. His bones are now fully healed. Had some good scans which have come back through our doctor and through Will, our head physio. So that bodes well for a real good winter programme for Tommy. A lot of the lads have gone away as well now this winter, so they're going to go away fresh. Cozzy has just come off 160 in club cricket, which is great. Hassan got 100 a couple of weeks ago in New Zealand, and young Sam Evans as well. He's gone out to Australia. He's got 36 on debut, so fantastic news for him in a winning innings as well, which is brilliant for his team. So a lot of the lads going away. It's good. It gets them refreshed. They can go away. We've done personal development programs. We've made sure that everybody knows what they've got to work on. They're all bought into that and all happy with that. So now they've got to go and execute well overseas and enjoy themselves and train hard and get their fitness up as well.
Yeah, there were plenty of highs and lows both throughout of last season. So I guess it's a case of building on the highs, carrying on what they were doing, and improving on the lows. What exactly do you feel that the squad needs improvement on foremost?
Certainly our athleticism as a group. I think we're still under par from where we'd like to be. We saw England's Eddie Jones at the weekend. The rugby lads, they were phenomenal. Their power and their speed and their athleticism. That's something that we have got to improve at our club, very much so, to help our fielding, support our bowlers. Bowling braver, straighter lengths for longer periods of time, not leaking runs, not leaking a boundary and over, which we've done a little bit this year. More the younger lads than the senior guys, if we're honest, there for a while. But yeah, we just, that happened for too many games. You get that with youth, of course you do, but we still have got to find a way of building pressure, and that's got to come from both ends. Chris Wright was fantastic, model of consistency, which we knew that's what you get as a senior pro. So we've got to make sure that as a batting group we find a way of getting bigger scores. When we get in, we do what Haas did. We go on and get big scores. So we give our wickets away too consistently in key times. So that's a huge area for improvement. But we've got a young squad, and we've got to realise where we are. And we're calling on the same guys, game in, game out. Budgets are tight, and we have to respect that for another a few months, and then hopefully we can really kick on and move forward. And the club are doing everything they can in the background. I know Karen's working brilliantly well as our CEO to make things happen on the field for us. Having some great discussions with ECB, so I know we're in good hands there. So there's every area we can improve. Of course we can. But we've got to get more runs. That's crucial. And batsmen, we get too many 20s and 30s. Good teams, you get 5 or 6 players average 40 plus, and that's what we want. We can't have 1 or 2 guys one guy averaging 50, a couple of guys, the rest averaging 30s. Realistically, to be pushing for promotion. So our whole all-round game. And we've got a great opportunity to do that. We've got a great unit as a squad. We've got a great camaraderie and a good group of players who want to have an open mindset and drive forward and be leaders. So that's important. And we've got to make sure that we do our skills more accurately for longer periods of time. And we're going to that's going to be high priority this winter, because we've touched on it but not really done it for long enough.
And it will be a large part of that group of players that will be coming back in a week or so. So it's a good chance to get to set the mindset out correctly from the beginning, so that when everyone else comes back in from Australia and New Zealand, they know exactly what needs to be done to catch up with the rest that have already been in.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavy emphasis on our fitness. Cricket-wise, guys need little top-up sessions for now, a little bit of technical work for now. Until Christmas, we'll still work a bit on the white ball, especially, where we've got a great opportunity this year, especially in the 50-over competition. I think there's a lot of clubs who've got a lot of big players out in the 100. Unluckily for our lads, they haven't got in those sides, but that makes us stronger as a Leicestershire group. So that's a good thing for us as a club. So it would have been nice for a few of the lads, Colin Ackerman, for instance, or Callum Parkinson. If I'm honest, I thought they might have been picked up in the 100. They still might do next year, because they can still have a wild card pick before the tournament. So they'll be desperate to do that. It gives us bodes well for 50-over cricket. If we can really start well and get some momentum in that'd be great. Guys are going to be doing probably an hour, a couple of hours a week until Christmas on their cricket skills, but it's going to be heavy emphasis on athleticism and movement patterns, and we've got a lot to learn from other sports, and I'm looking forward to what Greg and the S&C department have got up their sleeve for that. It's going to be good, and the lads will enjoy that.
And you've touched on it briefly already. Obviously, you mentioned Mark Cosgrove's 160. Hassan has also posted a ton whilst out in New Zealand. So it's a good chance for them to go out there and get a bit of confidence at the crease as well. Put a high value on their wicket, come back over, raring to go, ready for the new season. Yeah,
definitely. The lads know they're all going to be looking at getting back in around the sort of 16th to sort of 20th of March. So we need the guys back in ready for them. So the more runs they can get under their belts, they're just getting used to scoring big runs again is crucial. Different players, different group of guys they're with all the time. That's good for them. Their holistic development, and they all know they've got a certain criteria they've got to meet to get back. So conversations are ongoing throughout the winter with those players. So everybody's got their own goals that they want to achieve. So we're in a good place. Paul Horton, our captain, has just had a gorgeous little daughter, which is lovely. So he's going to be spending a bit of time out there as well, looking after his family, which is good. But they all know what needs to be done, and they're all professional guys now. They know they want to push on. So we're about leadership, and everybody's got to take ownership. So yeah, it's exciting. They've got a good winter ahead. Fingers crossed the sun stays out a bit longer. We can do a bit more outside than the norm. But there's going to be a lot of conversations take place over the winter about where guys were. A lot of honesty. The guys have gone away and reflected, and we'll all bring that back, and we'll get into some good groups and have some real good conversations, because ultimately it's about relationships with people. It's about the guys all making sure that we all drive it forward in the right direction, and the more open, frank conversations we can have, it all comes out in the wash, and that's what we want. We're going to make sure that anybody's got any negativity or anything that they feel we can develop, then we have to embrace that, because it's about the players.
And of course, to touch on Colin Ackerman as well, who's currently out in the United Arab Emirates, trying to qualify for the T20 World Cup with the Netherlands. Obviously, he's one game away from that, and there can't be many more confidence boosting things than qualifying for a World Cup. So
yeah, he's done well, Ackers, as well. He got a brilliant late 40s off about 20 balls, so he played beautifully. He's quite funny actually. HG Ackerman, who was the ex-Leicestershire player, was commentating, and he said, no relation, no family relation. He actually is a good player. He's a good player, which I thought was funny from HD, because HD was a proper player. So yeah, great to see Colin doing well, it's just what he needs to go out there and express himself in a competition that means a lot. So and he's going to do well. I think they've got a good side. Ryan Tenderskater's in there as well. They've got one or two good bowlers. So great to see Ackers is playing positive cricket.
And it'll be a little bit of a different group coming back, obviously, for the winter. No Matt Mason now, obviously, out in Australia. George Rhodes will be coming back for his first full season as a Fox, and Alex Evans will be included in that as well. So there's a few fresh faces and a few non-coming back, unfortunately. Yeah,
you need that. You need the fresh faces to keep energising the group, because that's what it's about. And great. George, very fit, strong young man, and athletic, and he's somebody that we want to have as a real leader moving forward. He's had a great introduction to the world of cricket through his father, through Steve Rhodes, who's a stalwart at Worcester, and a player, a captain, a coach, and a successful coach. So he's had a great introduction. George knows what it's all about. One of the reasons that we brought him was for his leadership capacity moving forward, and his fitness levels are high class. And young Alex is potentially he could go all the way. He's got every asset to do that. He's got to now really focus and get himself, get his body right, get a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, a bit more resilient. He had a little game at the end of the year there, did really well, bowled some good areas. Still room for improvement, obviously, but we can get his pace up a little bit more, keep his natural length, and he attacks them stumps. He presents the seam so well. He's somebody that we want to, we've got a high regard for.